Welcome to Tallest Podcast on Earth. We're here in Gdansk in Poland for the finals of VNL. Without really asking anyone's permission, I've decided to just run a podcast. So this is what's going to happen. They're playing a game of chess right now. Both of you guys are super into chess. Max specifically has this really nice board. And so the rule is, when it's your turn, you can play. When it's not your turn, you need to talk to me. So whose turn is it right now? Jake, take the mic. Jake, take the mic. You got to talk to me. And then rather than hitting a timer because Max's phone overheated with the timer situation, you talk to me. Once they make the move, you'll hand the mic over to the next person. I'll keep track of the time.
Well, you're up there, now you know.
You're going to explain the rules.
Clock starts, you make your move, then you hit the clock, so your time freezes. So I'd be at, well, I don't know, because this is, if we start with 10, it'd be like I'd be ticking down to 9:50 right now probably and just ticking away. But it's still my move, so Jake, take it away.
What is professional though? Like professional chess is like how 2 minutes or something?
No, that's like speed chess.
Speed chess, professional speed chess.
Yeah, but most professional games are like hours long.
No, like when a grandmaster plays like a. So like when a grandmaster plays,
they do different. They do like blitz tournaments. They do all kinds of things. They do they'll do even, I think classical chess is. I don't even know if there is a timer in classical chess. I don't know, dude. I don't know enough about chess.
When did you start playing chess? Like actually playing? Did you start with the app like chess.com? I feel like everyone starts with the chess.com.
Yeah. I started seriously after that Netflix show. That Queen's Gambit show. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, you should watch it. Then you'll
good.
probably start playing chess.
Is it about chess?
It's about chess.
What's that
well, I mean, more than that. It's about a woman's journey into womanhood, basically.
Wow. What's that old movie, like 90s movie I want to say about that kid, Bobby Fischer, do something?
Yeah, Bobby Fischer.
Chasing Bobby Fischer?
Chasing Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
I remember seeing that and wanting to be super into chess. 4th grade, I did like a advanced chess class.
Honestly, if I ever have kids, I'm going to force them to play chess because I think it's just really good.
What is so good? Why is chess so good for you?
It just teaches you how to be a person, you know?
What are you learning?
It's just a fun game, but I think there are benefits. I mean, for your brain, definitely seeing like things in advance. I don't know that. I think it's a hot topic. It's a hot take. I think it's been talked about a lot.
Time.
Oh yeah.
Jake, when did you start playing chess?
I used to play with my brother back in the day.
Jake, part of the rules also is you talk to me now. You're done with the chessboard. You're done.
I can't even look at it.
No.
I'm just off.
Also, no, you may not. Also, Max, you have 15 seconds in. I will be keeping track. 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you start playing chess?
I have had there was chess at my house. I would play as a kid, but I wasn't very good. But
Wow, big move here. Bishop's gone.
That was a big
Bishop
move.
Is which one?
See, I think you need to get camera on the chessboard too. That'd be next level. Could we get
that?
A
Would be
GoPro?
a like kind of bird's eye view situation.
What if your channel just became a chess channel?
I mean, it might, dude. It might. Oh, a pawn has been taken. By the way, Max, pass the mic. Every time you receive the mic, please tell us what you've done.
I just moved my knight to e4.
So, Jake, you started playing chess when you were a kid?
Yeah, but I'm not like classically trained.
Also, try to keep the mic around like this level. It's not a big deal. Just like, don't be afraid to talk like over the mic. I like to keep it at like 45 degrees, kind of talking over it.
Talk over the mic.
But probably like a good fist away.
Yeah,
you're chilling. It doesn't need to be a big deal though.
My voice carries well. So
your voice is very deep.
Yeah.
You always had a super deep voice.
Not always.
Take the mic.
So I just took his pawn. I'm on his 7th rank, right?
Wait, Max, did you
seventh.
play chess when you were a kid or no?
Yeah, I mean a little bit, but not. I wasn't really serious until I saw that show, and then I started. I don't even know if I was serious after that, but it kind of got me playing a little more. And then I got that app, and
Are you world
I don't
ranked?
know. Like COVID happened, it was a lot of boring downtime, and I just started playing chess, and now it's become so habitual that I just play. Like I'll play when I wake up. I'll play if I'm ever on the toilet. I'll play if I'm like on the bus or something, or on a road trip, or I'll play if like before bed. I don't know. It's relaxing. It's good.
Would you
I
say
like
that,
it.
like when you do toilet games,
Well,
you finish
he
them
made
on
a
the
move.
toilet, start and finish on the toilet? Last
Tell you that
question, you
when
start
it's-
and finish.
I'll tell you that when it's back to my
All
turn.
right, dude. All right. Jake, what about you? Do you play chess.com?
Yeah, I have the
You play the app?
Yeah,
Do you also play on the toilet?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, if the game,
If
would you
it's
say
a s-
on average, how long does a game take?
Well, I mean, there's like on the app you can play like 30 minutes, 10 minutes, or like 3 or 1 minute. So if it's like a 3-minute game, it's probably a start and finish on the toilet. But if it's like a 30-minute game, I'll probably have wiped and everything's done by the time I'm like, we're
30
not
minute-
even halfway through.
I'm so confused. I didn't think chess games were allowed to go over like 5 or 10 minutes.
No, I mean, I think a lot of the times when you're just casually playing, you keep it pretty quick. But if you're like
A little closer to me, Jake, by the way. There you go.
If
Yeah,
you
don't
wanna
make it a
s-
big deal, but it's fine.
if you want to sit down and just like actually think like pretty far ahead, it takes some time to really consider all the options you got going on there.
I mean, also like when you start to learn chess, it's like an instrument or something. Do you just start by like trying to learn like I'm guessing there's different systems and strategies. Like, do you try to learn the Antarctic strategy of defense, or do you just start playing for Fiend Antarctic?
It's a classic.
To get back to the toilet question here, Max.
Yeah.
No, I am really interested in the timing of everything. Like, I can't imagine this game takes an hour. I didn't even think that was possible. Isn't that part of the thing? Is that there's like a constant looming time frame in the background that forces you to like
I think
make
those games are
decisions and
definitely
not-
more exciting. But when this is like just two guys playing and your phone gets overheated, I think that it's just fun. I think what we're trying not to take too long, but I think we're probably, if we had the time going, we're probably over the limit at this point,
Okay,
or
so
close to.
kind of like what I asked Jake, but like, how do you get started like understanding chess on a different level? Because like when I play
Yeah.
right now, I've like played on and off with the chess app as well, but I'm not like going on YouTube to learn different strategies. I'm just like kind of playing. Is that how you
Yeah,
started, and then
yeah.
eventually you like got more into it, and you're like, oh, I want to research like different starting moves, and like how does that work?
Yeah, so I bought a chess book, but it was all like chess language, how it's written, like this is how you do openings, but it was only written in like D4, E5, E, and I just didn't want to put in the time to actually learn the board and the layout and memorize all of that. Where'd you go? Sorry.
Both
moved
you
back?
take the mic here for a second. I'll make sure my phone doesn't overheat. You both have the mic. Keep talking.
Yeah, we both have the mic.
Keep everyone entertained.
What are we talking about? So essentially, I got rid of that chess book, and I started looking at YouTube channels, and I found this guy called shoot, that was a good move actually. I don't know what to do. Called Gotham Chess. I think he's based in New York, and he was very obviously knowledgeable about chess, but just really good content. And
make my phone overheat, you think?
is it overheating?
No, but I'm afraid it might. It might be fine with the wind and the.
I think you're fine right now, but if the sun comes back out.
We want to. It's so confusing. just turn it right now, Jake?
I don't know. Yeah. Take the wheel. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Some stuff happening.
Jake, I'm really interested to know from you. How was this last year overseas for you, dude? In Poland, because we're back in Poland.
Yeah.
Are you excited to be back? Are you like can't believe that you're back here right now?
I'm not like excited to be necessarily in Poland. I feel like I like kind of going all over the place, like seeing all the different places. Like going to Brazil and to Japan last year was super cool. But I think Poland's got a lot of like stuff to do, but I have a lot of time to do that. The next 8 months when I'm back here. So
Are you coming back next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
but it's nice being in the summer. Like
Yeah, it's
just being
so
here in
different.
the winter is kind of tough.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so different. The vibe here is way different.
Yeah.
And right now it's like 80 degrees, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever 80 degrees in the entire time I've been here. I played here for like 2 years, so
You just can't get enough of it.
yeah, it's really lovely.
It's a good thing we're out in the sun right now. You look like you could definitely use some sun, dude.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being out here.
I really try, but it doesn't happen a
Yeah.
lot out here. There's clouds and stuff.
By the way, Jake is definitely way better at chess than me. So there's also that when you're playing somebody that.
Hey, Maxie, why don't you lean back for a second for me?
God, this
Yeah,
is
when you're on my show, you do what I say, dude. Here's what I want to know,
terrible.
honestly,
This
dude.
is
You took a
fucking
year off. I
terrible.
really want to know what that was like for you. I know you're playing chess and
Am I
stuff,
leaning
but
back for the video so I can be in better frame, or are you just trying to?
partly that, yeah. I mean,
You just want that power
that's
over
the
your
thing when you're-
podcast guest.
no, that too, but
Yeah.
also when you firstly on my show, I appreciate you addressing me like that and asking my permission and doing what I'm saying. But
Yes.
another part of it is, I kind of have to be in charge of the whole production and also try to put on,
It's tough.
and also have to keep it casual, dude. Because guys like
just move
you,
up here.
you don't want to like just come and do like a sit down podcast. You want me to ask you questions.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
gotta
come to
keep it
me.
super casual, dude.
You got to come to me because you're all about just sneaking content in there.
Sneaking
You're about
content in.
getting people in their most vulnerable.
That's right. And
And I'm like,
thank
hey, let's
God.
plan something, bud.
Because you know what? Here's what you don't realize. I'm kind of in some way like your daddy, and this is why.
Whoa.
Because I'm gonna put the content that you're gonna be like, oh, can you take that down? Because I said that thing and I could have said this, or you put your shirt back on for the. Did you not? You had your shirt off and you put it back on.
I put the shirt back on for one reason, and I think people, there should be always a little sense of mystery. You shouldn't just be given.
Ooh.
You shouldn't, you
Yeah.
shouldn't just be throwing it all out there. Like, hey, you know how much money you could pay for like nip shots right now?
How much?
I mean, not pay, but you could get a lot for those, and you're just giving it to the public.
How
You're
much
just
could I
giving it
pay,
for
though?
free. How much could you pay? Wow, that's good. Good podcast host, huh? Calling the guests out
Wow,
when they mess
dude.
up.
You know what?
It's not even my-
I'll tell
it's
you
not even
what,
my
dude.
turn.
I'll tell you
It's
what,
not even my
Maxie. I
turn.
did miss you a lot, buddy.
I missed you too.
I did miss you a lot, and you're right, dude. I've been begging you to come on here, and so if I got to come down and interrupt your game of chess with you and Jake, another guy I haven't had on, dude, whose mom supposedly loves the podcast. Which thank you, Jake's mom. I appreciate the support so
This
much.
is hard, by the way. Doing a podcast and playing. A
Is
game
it
of
not
chess,
your
it's
turn? We'll
next
get-
level.
we'll go
no,
back.
It is my turn still.
It's technically I should be on the mic, but
Oh yeah, you should be on the mic.
Yeah, we'll get back to you. I mean, dude, honestly, like if you guys can slow it down a little bit, it'd be nice. I want to watch. I want the people to be involved in the chess, but maybe slow down a little bit. Talk to me for like a
Yeah,
second.
audience.
and
He
then-
told us literally 10 minutes ago that he's gonna come down and do a
That's right.
podcast.
You know
I said,
why?
"Hey, we're
And do you
playing
know why?
chess."
Because, dude, I stand in my own way, and if I don't force myself to come down here and interrupt your game, I'll not do the podcast.
Yeah, and I think
then
what
people
the
will
people
not get
should
to know about you. And
Yeah,
how
the,
you're
the
doing.
people should know that it is all about you.
It's not
and that
about
you're
me.
a sociopath, and we figured that out.
Well, we did research sociopath yesterday, and we did learn that it pretty much describes Max and and myself, and I think probably a lot of people. Sociopath. But here's what I'll tell you:
right there.
socio.
You got it, bud.
He put his queen. I didn't even realize because we were talking on
Max
the
just take the
podcast.
queen?
Yeah, because Jake put his queen. He blundered his queen. Blunder, by the way, is when you
That's a great word. I never heard that.
Yeah.
It's like plunder and blender at the same time.
blunder.
What is blunder?
Blunder is when you basically give away a piece because you made a mistake. You made a mistake and you put a piece in a vulnerable position and you just basically give it away.
Hmm.
If the opponent sees it, like which I almost missed out on. Shit. Well,
Whose turn is it now?
it's my turn. I'm just gonna throw a check on, I
Okay.
guess.
I think we're doing the exact opposite.
The exact
thing with
opposite.
mic.
Give the mic back, and or
I'm
make
gonna
a.
just-
Well, that was an easy move.
So I'm just gonna do this, and then now it's your turn, and
Okay.
then we'll be back on the right track.
Okay,
I think.
Jake,
So I can lean back now.
Jake, you're incredibly flexible,
Yeah.
and you're huge. Were
Yeah.
you always flexible? What did you do as a kid?
I was flexible since I was younger, and then I kept getting taller, and it got weirder and weirder as I kept getting taller.
But you're not like double jointed in any way.
Some guy at a CVS Minute Clinic said I had too much cartilage, but I don't know how much I'm gonna like read into that. you
Too
know?
much cartilage.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, man.
At a CVS?
Well, like I had like sprained my ankle or something. and
Uh-huh.
I was like pretty bendable, and so I think he said something like that. But
Yeah, that sounds like a great problem to have.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was no like MRI or anything. That
Yeah.
was just his.
Give it back to Jake one more second. Jake, did you do any sort of martial arts as a kid?
No.
I just feel like
parents were anti like violence.
because yesterday there was that, and fair enough, but yesterday there was that punching bag in the weight room,
Yeah.
and because you can high kick, by the way, Jake has an incredible talent. Did you high kick over Max?
that was
You did a high kick
Tyler
over some-
Mitchum.
Tyler
That was-
Mitchum, 7 foot tall,
Yeah,
who's taller than Max, and you did a high kick over him, or you kick an apple off his head? What did you do?
it was a can of a certain variety. It was empty can. So
Okay, and you knocked it off without hitting him in the head?
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. We're going to get back to that. That's insane.
That is crazy because
Maxie, would you
he's
lean back from
definitely
me here?
over. He's definitely over 7 feet tall. I think just seeing that in person,
His high kick, it's insane.
to us, it's insane because we're tall, and I think we're all pretty flexible because we're athletes and we have to stretch and stuff. But I think just witnessing that is a normal. This was in Rotterdam. You're talking about that?
Mhm.
Oh no, this was.
Yeah, this was in Rotterdam.
Well, not the Tyler Mitchum
Not the
thing,
kick
but
'em.
him.
The kick 'em.
The kick 'em, Tyler
Tyler kick 'em, dude.
But him showing us his that I'm putting myself in just a normal, not normal, a normal height person, or just an
Mm-hmm.
everyday Joe walking along the street. What did you do? What did you do? You took that? I didn't even see that was open.
Okay,
I'm
wait,
distracted.
Max. Let me get a quick pause. Just 2 minutes here. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not asking to stop the game complete. 2 minutes, dude. I just want to know what your year off was like, honestly.
Yeah, I think the whole world does.
I mean, I feel like sometimes you're thinking too much about this, dude. I want to know, and I think a lot of people would be interested in. You took a year off the national team, but just for
Yeah.
yourself, I want to know like what you did. Like, what did you do? You're back in Cincy?
No, so that was the year I was in Piacenza. Oh, what am I doing, dude? See, I'm about to blunder my freaking rook here. Just talking to you, man. Just talking it up to you.
I did say take a pause, and you did say because it was my show, you'd do whatever I wanted. Now you're kind of going back against it. I'm not really sure how to act right now.
I'd never said you can do whatever you want.
All right.
I said I have to get final say. Even before this goes out to the public, I get final say on the creative process.
Okay.
I'm putting it here, yeah. Okay. Now it's Jake's turn. I'll keep the mic. I'll hold the mic. Let me just keep the mic
Just,
for a little bit.
like,
Let's
doesn't have to
flow.
be
I
a
keep
big-
on getting in and out of the flow here.
It doesn't have to be a big deal, dude. I just want to know like what your time off was like. I'm sure people were interested too, because also as like an older athlete, like you were basically like, am I going to be done with the national team more or less, or maybe even done with volleyball?
Yeah, well, that
soon?
was my original plan before COVID hit. Tokyo was going to be my last hurrah, or at least that was like the thought.
And then you found out I wanted to go to the Olympics, and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna come back, dude. Put Taylor in that fourth spot again.
Yes, exactly. No, dude. Well, no, I never thought of that.
No, I'm just kidding, baby.
It was mainly based on how I was feeling physically, and I think not the only, but a big positive of COVID was I was able to rest my body a really good amount. The physical part, obviously the mental part was crazy that time of the year and everything, but getting that opportunity to rest and taking off from the team, and most importantly, work on weaknesses in my body, like if I had a knee thing or whatever, because I feel like we're always just playing catch up because we play this year round. So it's like I just gotta survive, or
Yeah,
I gotta
just maintain
just
injuries.
maintain. Exactly, that's
Yeah.
exactly it. And it was really the first time I was able to really like strengthen some of my weaknesses. Like I had some hip shit going on in my knees and everything. That life of a middle blocker, everything's kind of always hurting. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna just go here. This is wild.
You're blundering right now. You
No,
just
I don't
blundered
know.
his palm.
Probably. And so by doing that and having, that time to figure it out. Sorry, I'm making another move to the people. Oh, they're
Mhm.
watching this too. They get it.
Yeah,
They're
they do
patient.
get it, but also
That's what I love about your fan base is they get it. Yeah, so after that, I'm like, okay, I feel pretty good. Like, I was in touch with Ferbs and AB on the team, and, he'd asked me what my plan was, and at that time, I really didn't know. This was the time frame of this we haven't really talked about, but after I played that year in Italy, I'd
Let's be
known.
clear. This is queer. Let's be queer about
Let's
this.
be clear about this.
This
which
is
we always are.
This is after the Olympics.
This is after the Olympics because I played
Olympics
in
finishes, you go
Olympics
overseas.
finishes. I had a couple weeks off before I had to report to my team, which is
Uh-huh.
crazy what we do. But anyways, I show up to Piacenza, and after that season, which was a long, tough season, we ended up having to play for 5th place, which basically meant that our team was the last team to finish.
Yeah,
in
that's
Italy,
rough.
which is crazy. This
Yeah.
is like mid-May. My brother just finished his year. He was actually staying with me in Italy for like a couple months at the time. Sam Holt, he plays volleyball too.
Good dude.
I convinced him to just like stick around, and I wasn't ready to leave Italy because I didn't know when I was going to be back there. I knew I wasn't going to play there the next year. I didn't
Mhm.
have a contract, so I
So
ended
the
up.
season finishes, and you're like, I'm just gonna kick it now that I don't have to go back to the national team. I'm
Season
just gonna kick it in
finishes.
Italy.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hang around and see if
Did you
just-
do you have friends out there? Like,
I had some
were
friends,
you solo,
but
or do
the
you have
thing
like
about
friends outside of volleyball out there?
it was mainly me and my brother making music and hanging out in Italy, going to aperitivos, and we were in Milan, which was cool because I kind of knew the city a decent amount, and but it was mainly just doing nothing, working out and hanging out, meeting a couple people here and there, and
Which is basically our lives anyways.
which is basically our lives, but no volleyball
yeah.
and not having that. Just being completely free, not having a schedule, not having a timeline.
What was that like?
was
Was there some
amazing.
anxiety in like not having a structured
No.
schedule, or did you just love it?
No, I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it. I really did love it.
What did you do? Like, what was your daily routine? Wake up, work out.
Well, I had my dog with me, so that would kind of kept a little bit of a routine. So I'd wake up and I'd do dog shit,
Do dog
take
shit.
her out, do dog shit,
Yeah.
act like a dog. I'd crawl around on all fours and. No, we had a cool setup. We had a cool little setup. We had a cool little apartment in Milan, and he was all about it. He was like, "Yeah, that sounds cool." He's a really easy guy, so he's like, "Yeah, I'll hang out in Italy for what ended up being 2 months."
Wow.
Yeah, we stayed there. But is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go here.
So you're
And it was great. And so basically, the only anxiety that I was dealing with at that point was getting my dog back to the States.
Why, you can't just put it in the kennel and fly it back?
I see what you're trying to do here. Bud.
Wow, Max is juggling right now.
I think I can get out of it. Sorry.
We got a lot of fast-moving pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a horse for horse and a castle for castle.
Horse
dude.
for a horse. Let's check. Let's check.
Horse
I'll put
for
you in
horse.
shit.
Castle for castle.
Um,
So slow it down
that
here,
your
Jake. Let's
napkin?
slow down the moves here. No, I don't know who those are, dude. This kind of wind-sun situation is like very hot and cold. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, Maxie, you're there
yeah,
for
that's
2
Poland,
months.
baby.
You're saying you're having a good
You
time.
moved?
At no point were you like, oh, I missed the national team, or oh, I missed
Oh,
playing.
of course, yeah. I missed.
You don't
I followed you guys the whole summer, and I definitely missed that. But at the same time, we do this grind for so long that I think you look forward to just being in one spot. Like, we had plans to travel around and drive around Italy, but it was just nice being lazy for a little bit, and being in one spot, not having to move around. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
But I'm kind of a homebody anyway.
yeah. I mean, that's part of that's the Cincy blood.
That's the Cincy
bloodline.
blood.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, it was cool being with my brother. And then I got back home. We flew back to the States. I got my dog back in one piece, and I was
You flew back to Cincy.
flew back to Cincinnati. Yeah.
And then at that point, it was 2 months. You didn't even touch a volleyball. You're working out a little bit, just kind of doing whatever you want. Like when you say you're like making music with your brother, are you guys just like just screwing around? Were you like? Because I know you're into music, like producing and always making music. I hear you kind of through the vents in the shower, and just people talk about the things that you're doing. So I'd like to know a little bit more about like
you are very
your
creepy.
music career. You want to tell me a little bit about your music career?
I wouldn't call it a career, but I enjoyed doing it. I enjoy making music, and I played guitar for 20 years now. And
Yeah, I mean, it's
There's
hilarious on
something
Instagram. You like basically post nothing, and then like once a month you would post a video of you playing the guitar. And I'll say personally is like, I loved it, dude. It's the one time I got to see my boy Maxie. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because a lot of us really missed you, and when you took the time off and was kind of like, I'll just do what I want. I don't need to talk to anyone. I'm not going to live in the States. I'm not even an American anymore. I'm an Italian now.
yeah. And I forget sometimes that it is about the people. You got to bring the people back. And
Well-
I do I apologize to all your fans, because I guarantee we share a
They're
lot
right
of
there.
Oh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not good at this stuff. I bet we share a lot of the same fans.
No, but I mean, here's something we can
That's
be
not a
honest
good
about.
move.
You're hard to get a hold of in general, right? You like very low key. If you could, you'd live underground. If there's like an entire society of people underground,
No,
you'd probably
no.
go live with them.
No. I very much enjoy it. I think being almost a 7-foot individual has maybe. What was that move? Oh, you mother. of-
Jake, let's slow down the moves.
I'm just.
Your time's coming
I
next.
only have
Okay.
a couple pieces left, so there's not much exciting stuff going on here.
I gotta go here. Yeah,
Let's
that's
check.
a good move. That's a
Our
good
first
move.
check,
Let's
correct?
No, we've been in check a
Well-
couple times, but I am taking a very important piece here.
Okay,
No, dude, I'm a social guy. Like, I love talking to people. I love being goofy and silly, and I love the human.
Would you say you're
encounters.
just you're not the friend to like put in a lot of work to keep things going? Are
Yeah.
you? And I feel like our job in some way makes us that way. where it's like we spend all this time with people for like 8 months, then we don't see them.
Oh yeah.
We go to a new team. It's a new group of guys. And you get so used to almost just like we have
You
this
get
time
used to
together.
that. You get used to that, and it is hard that you do that becomes part
hold,
of your
hold
life
the mic a
because
little closer for me, Daddy. Sorry.
it is hard that it becomes kind of part of your life.
That's too close, Max.
too
Not
close.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know how many
No,
people
you're
have
good right there.
made out with this mic too.
Nobody.
But it does suck that you get used to that. But it's like you get really
Like
good
right
at
here, like a
goodbyes.
fist, by the way, just so you know, just for the future, just a fist is good. Like about a fist away is chill. Yeah. If you need to just
I've
fully,
never done a podcast.
but you got to open the hand when you do it.
You're not sending this out to people. I'm not approving this. You can't do that. Why don't you just get rid of that? You just giving me that. All right, Jake's just giving me pieces at this point. I think the game's over, man. Look at the board.
I'm looking at
You want to keep playing?
Set up a new game.
I'm just trying to
He beat me he beat me the game before this, so we're about
Oh
to
wow,
be
you're
tied.
1-1.
We're 1-1.
Nice.
But yeah, that sucks about our life. You know, you get so good at saying goodbyes to people, and you kind of block off that part of your, what's the word I'm looking for? Like your emotions. You know, like you don't.
have to in some
You
way.
have to, and it's like a survival.
Dude, I know for myself, I've talked about this before, where like there were certain years overseas where I almost didn't want to engage with people and like
Oh, yeah.
go to dinners and do stuff because I'm like, why would I put all this energy into a
yeah.
relationship
Yeah,
that
yeah,
eventually
yeah.
is like, I'm never gonna talk to you. We'll send a message randomly, and dude, it's crazy even being here because Olsztyn, where I played the last 2 years, is like an hour and a half south. I've been in Gdansk a ton, and like right when I arrived 2 days ago on the bus, I was like, I completely shed this of my memory. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when I was here, it felt like so heavy and.
Yeah, man.
You get so used to seeing things in that daily routine, and then I leave, and then 2 months later I come back here now, or 3 months later I'm back here now, and I'm like, wow, I
Yeah.
completely exited that entire experience out of my brain and was just in LA training with the national team.
It's just a survival thing, huh?
Yeah,
And it's really hard.
that's that monkey DNA, baby.
Yeah. Well, I will say that it is a shame that I think all athletes can relate to this, that you're kind of forced into building these relationships because you have to. It's very beneficial to your team to, you know, be closer to, well, not closer, but just get to know them because you're a team, you know?
Are there any
And then at the end of it, you just finish and it's like, well, I might never see you again.
Yeah.
And it's pretty hard.
I mean, as someone like you who's played for so long, like, are there any players that are foreign players that are not American that you like still really keep in touch with, or not really?
Really keep in touch with? I'll say no.
And really keep in touch with for you is like probably what? Honestly, like a call every month, maybe every couple months.
Are you trying to say that I'm a terrible friend? Is this what this whole podcast is about? Is this an intervention?
Yeah,
Are
you're right.
all
I'll
of
be
my-
honest,
are
dude.
all
It's
of
because
my
you were a
ex-
terrible friend to me,
are
dude, and
all
you
of my
left.
ex-
You left. You didn't say anything. You went to the you left. I tried to text you, dude. I tried to send you messages. You send me anything. And you know what? Before that, you really led me on because we had a great relationship, did we not? The prior summer, we had a lot of fun together, did we not? And then what happened? Do you remember?
You're a sensitive guy.
Max. That's what happened, dude. I just kept hearing the echo. Where is he?
I didn't realize this whole fucking podcast was just to call me out.
I'm setting you up.
Hey,
dude.
what have I done wrong? What else have I done wrong? in
No,
my
you haven't
life,
done
Tate?
anything wrong.
No, I
No,
do.
but I wanted to know because those are the facts, dude. And I just
I'm
wanted to know
sorry,
a little bit
man.
about you. Don't
I'm
be sorry. It's
sorry.
fine.
Clearly, it's not.
No, it's fine. I'm completely over
Hey,
it.
Jake, you
know
want to
what
take
I
the
mean?
mic for a little bit, bud?
Yeah, you
No,
probably
dude.
should.
Here, I
honestly.
think we should hug. Get up. Jake, hold the mic.
You mean this?
I'm sorry. He's all sweaty and stinks. I don't think he showered today. But
No, I did. You kind of smell like Indian food, if I'm being honest. Did you have Indian food last night?
no, I didn't. But
No?
there is a good Indian spot here that I wanted to order from. All right, Jake, this game's over, man. What are we doing?
I'm just seeing if you'll stalemate me.
Ah, okay.
The
All right.
Would you say this is disrespectful in chess right now to be going?
To
when, like,
have
you
not
obviously won, and
to
then
have not resigned at this point is a little disrespectful, I will say. But Jake is pretty good at forcing me into stalemate.
in
which-
chess.com, can you do this kind of thing or not really? It like automatically would end the game. Like
no,
it's
no,
over.
no. It doesn't end the game here.
No.
So he's
He's
completely,
following the chess.com rules right now.
completely well within his rights. How dare you?
Did you like China last year?
Yeah, but it was a really odd season. I was only there for 2 months.
Is that nice though? Those short seasons, is that nice? I mean, you
Yeah.
played the long ones in Italy where you're playing till the end of the year, and then having such a short season. What do you prefer, honestly?
At this point in my career, I prefer that. I prefer a short season.
Yeah, just for your
The-
body.
The 9-month grind is really difficult. The 9-month grind is really hard.
But I also feel like you're in such good shape, dude. You're what,
Yeah.
36, 37 now?
I'm really-
37?
I'm in the best shape of my life.
That means I'm probably.
We're back. We moved into the shade. You said something earlier about Beyonce has like should I come up with what is it, like a clan name? That sounds kind of racist.
I don't
Clan
think
name?
it's clan name. I think
No.
it's like your.
What did you say? A following name?
Yeah, like name for your followers. Like
Like
so they can
tallest podcast on earth. What would be it?
Clan name is not. If you just say clan name, man, that's not racist. You just say clan. We got clan. They say
as
clan.
long as it was
Wu Tang Clan. I agree. That's not racist.
As long as it with a C, I think you're okay.
Okay. Yeah,
There's a
clans better than
certain
C. And
group
also,
that
like
spells
Call
it
of Duty
differently.
has clans, right? Why do I have to feel bad if I say clan? Why did I say? You know why? It's because I did. I think society puts that pressure on me, dude. I'm gonna have to rethink the word clan and how I choose to use it because I did feel bad about it. But you said like Beyonce's followers.
gosh.
What are they called? Do you remember?
Like beehive, I think is the word.
We're part of the Beehive. We're gonna sting you.
Right back.
What do you think? All right, the name is Tallest Podcast on Earth. What do you think is a good clan name? I'll stick with clan since I don't have to feel bad for saying that, right? Okay. What would be a good name, you think? It's Tallest Podcast on Earth. Earthlings? My little Earthlings? We are not the same. I am a Martian. Who sings that? Do you know? We are not
Not
the same.
Beyonce.
I am a Martian.
Charlie Chesterfield.
Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, one of his first movies.
What did you do?
No, that's Lil Wayne. You what?
Got the mic flipped again because now it's his turn and now he has the mic.
Okay, we're gonna set the rules again. No, make your play. Okay, when you're playing, first of all, take your time. Let's just enjoy a conversation. No, now it's your turn
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
playing.
yeah, yeah.
Talk with me for a little bit, guys.
Yes,
Slow it
Taylor.
down.
Sorry, Taylor. Yes, Taylor. Sorry, Taylor. Sorry,
No,
Taylor.
hey, that's too much. One sorry is enough, and that's for the future. Just one sorry will do.
I
it.
just want to make sure. That I'm doing enough sorries for you.
So you left, you came back, and now you're here, dude. Is it nice to be
segue.
back, or is it kind of just like mixed emotions?
Amazing.
You see a little more salt in your beard. Do you feel like why am I? I'm 37. Like when is my
36,
time going to be done? 36. Are you? When's your birthday?
March 12th,
March 12th, March
1987.
5th.
March 5th, my sister.
Really?
Yeah, my half sister. I got half sister.
Whoa. Your parents
She's
have to
listening
know.
right now. She's a big fan. She's
Is
one of
she?
the
Big time? She's an
the
Earthling?
clans. The clan.
She's an Earthling Klansman.
Whoa! Now you can't say clansmen though. Now that's too much.
Why?
You can't say clansman.
Wait, why can't I say
Yeah,
clansman?
exactly. Clansperson.
Are you not allowed to say that? No. You can say that, I think.
You shouldn't have said that.
Um,
This has put me in a bad spot. I think. You take that.
I guess just as a ratio, probably like 20% care about the game, 80% focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah, and if you had initially said, "Hey Max, let's do a podcast," and organized this a little bit better, then I would have came down and done a podcast.
I did, and you never want to do it.
No.
You
You
never
called me
wanna
when
do
we
it.
already had a game of
And
chess going.
Just so everyone knows, tallest podcast on earth. We didn't have the name yet. Obviously, the name was coming.
5.4 million
but Max and I were going to
subscribers.
do a podcast years ago, 2018, and
Also
didn't. Do
with
you remember
Brian
why?
Thornton.
Do you remember why?
I was gonna do it with Brian Thornton too,
And do you remember why you didn't do it?
because the timing wasn't right.
You don't follow through.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You're
also.
unreliable.
That's also true.
You're unreliable.
I didn't know.
And
we
you
were
know what the
playing
worst part is,
therapist.
dude? The worst part is I'm unreliable. And I wanted to be the friend in the group who could also be unreliable. And then I finally wanted to work with someone else who's also unreliable.
Yeah, so
And
it's
then I
been-
realized
I'm
one of us
glad
has
that
to
I
be
was able
reliable.
to do that for you. You've become more reliable
That's
through
true.
me.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But I'm also bummed. I think we would have had a
You're
lot of
welcome.
fun doing it together, you know?
We can still do it. We're doing it right now. You can
We
still
are
do
doing
it.
it
What do you
right
think?
now.
Are
You're
you gonna
right.
die tomorrow? You
You're
could. You
You
could
could.
die tomorrow. Yeah,
And no one
that's true.
talks about that, dude. And
People
also,
do talk about it all the time. That's
They do
that's
talk
a
about it.
very
Maybe
common
too
saying.
much.
Like, hey,
I also feel like, have you ever had any
Understatement.
sort of like near-death experience?
yeah.
Ever?
I choked
honestly?
once. I was choking to death as a kid on some Doritos
No.
chips. I'm
Don't
not even
fucking
joking.
lie to me.
I'm not even joking. My dad had to give me the Heimlich. And
Doritos, Cool Ranch?
I mean, I don't know if I was going to die, but I was definitely choking. Like I couldn't breathe.
Really?
I was just eating way too fast. You know, a kid in the Midwest, you eat too fast.
Is it one of the
You eat
chips?
too
One of the
fast.
chips, like the triangles, got stuck in your throat? Or is
Yeah,
it that
yeah,
you
yeah,
chewed,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so much it was like this massive.
No,
ball
no,
of
I think it was
Dorito?
just a weird like shape type thing.
Actually,
and
you
ju-
being
yeah,
serious?
I'm not. Why would I make that up?
I don't know. It was very oddly specific.
You just said I didn't. Have you had a near-death experience?
Yeah, you answered so quickly, dude. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, well, you don't forget those things.
Yeah.
You don't forget those things.
Um.
By the way, hey, you're doing a great job.
Wait. By the way, when
You're
someone,
doing a great job.
when someone's choking,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do? Like I've seen people bend them over a chair and they like kind of try to do it that way. Do you grab them like behind the back and or like?
Yeah, no, the Heimlich I
What
think
did he
is
do?
what you're supposed to do.
Which is
I
what
think he didn't
exactly?
know what to do in the situation. He was just kind of pat me on the back, like, get it out, son.
And what? How many
This is the only
pats
move I
until
can make.
Patterson released the Dorito?
I mean, I want to say that it kind of happened pretty quickly. Fortunately, like I was fine. Obviously, I'm here today, but oh, that's a good move. Should I go here? No, that doesn't make sense. Well, that doesn't make sense. So
we
we're trying
talked
to
about
play-
this before the podcast. Just
Yeah,
a
we're
fist away is
trying-
kind of.
I mean, and we're trying to play a game.
Yeah, we talked about this also. 20% here, 80% me.
Go there. No, I gotta go here.
And
Sorry.
you left me on a cliffhanger right now. You almost died from eating a Dorito. Get stuck there. Now I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand what's the Heimlich so people listening can know what to do if some
I
of their
think
friends
people
reach
know
on a
what the
Dorito.
People know what the Heimlich is. You know what to do. You see people doing the Heimlich all the time in the movies.
Have you ever seen it in real life? Have you ever seen anyone choking?
Not
like
in
at a
real life,
restaurant?
no.
You see that in movies a lot, right? Like someone goes to an Italian restaurant, they start choking. But I never
Oh,
seen
what am I
that.
doing? Sorry, can I take that back? This is blunt.
You only got 20% of your brain, so it's fine.
Whoa.
All right, dude. Max choked on a Dorito. Big freaking deal, dude. Now you can't freaking concentrate. Can't multitask anything. Jake, on the other hand, you're a very interesting man, dude. And maybe we don't need to talk about everything that I want to bring up right now, which is totally fine. You know, we got to keep some things private in our life, is what I'm trying to learn at least. But dude, you started playing volleyball really late, huh?
I started when I was about like 8 or 9, I think, so pretty early.
Yeah, that's very late. Wow, 8 or 9. That's crazy. Not unlike most people. That super caught me off guard. I thought you started really late. That's what I was told, that you started really late.
I grew kind of late. When I started playing, I was like wasn't one of the taller guys on the team. Like in the 6th grade,
You're trying to tell me at kindergarten you're not like a foot taller than everyone?
I was like maybe slightly above average, like my whole class. Like I think I don't exactly remember. I don't have like a yardstick out, but
And then what? You were like walking home late at night, and there was this like some lady in like a park on a park bench, and she sold you some magic beans, and then like you woke up the next morning, kind of like James and the Giant Peach. Isn't that what happened, James and the Giant Peach?
Yes.
I don't know what happened to James of the Giant Peach.
I don't really either.
But
honestly.
no, I mean I grew from like my freshman year. I hit like a pretty solid growth spurt, and I was like 6'3", and I was pretty excited about that. And
And your height now, by the way, is what?
I'm like 6'11" and like a half,
You're 7.
but
feet
I
tall,
round
obviously.
down to 6'11"
I like
Why
that.
don't you want to tell people that you're 7 foot tall?
because the conversation at the airport's like way shorter if I say 6'11".
Dude, that's gotta. You guys probably get it the worst.
Get what?
Just the whole like you're so tall. Like I get it a bunch too, but I couldn't imagine what it's like on your level. You know.
You can't. You can't put yourself there.
What'd you say?
I said you can't imagine.
Wait, do me a favor. I want you guys to talk to each other a little about the experiences you've had being so tall. Like, do you remember anything that comes to mind specifically with someone like, I don't know, really making it a big deal, or like stopping you in public, or is it constantly every day at like grocery stores? Because there's a level of like, you know, like my brother, for example, he wants to be in the 6 foot club. He's probably 5'10", 5'11". He says he's 6 foot because he wants to be.
Really?
By the
he
way,
was
I
taller.
think no, he's not taller.
Really?
He's not even 6 foot, dude. But
Oh,
I
he's
feel like
pissed.
most
Wow, you're
people
putting him
want
out there. I
most
think
people
you're- I
want to
think
be
you're
like
6 foot.
the average person 6 foot and above is tall, correct? For me,
I don't
6'5", 6'6" is like you're tall, and then anything above that is like there's a story.
Yeah,
Now
you're
it's a
part of the
huge,
club.
big
You're
ordeal.
part of the club.
You're part of the club, yeah, that I'm not a part of. So talk about what that's like being in that club, kind of your daily life. What's
You're
it like?
not- You're not taller than 6'5"?
No.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. 198.
What?
It's the truth.
I thought you were like 6'7", at least.
No.
Yeah, see, everything. You're all the same to me. You're all the same to me, dude. You're all the same.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny, I'm very bad at guessing heights under, like, once it's like, I don't know, it's hard for me. I'm so up there.
What about you?
I would say the same. Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
just a bad angle.
Yeah.
Like, I can probably be like, oh, that guy's like 6'8", 6'9", but everything like under that, I don't really have a. It's just a whole different world down there.
I think the funniest thing is when people come up to me, they're like, "What are you, 6'2"? I'm like, "Lady."
But let's be
And
honest.
then I just say yes because I want to stop the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You probably the dailies are like basketball. You play basketball?
Hockey.
Hockey.
No, not hockey. Nobody
Come
said-
on,
Somebody
dude.
said hockey. Somebody said hockey before.
Yeah.
It is my turn?
I don't know. That's my question.
No, you put me in check. I put it here.
Okay, so that's my thing.
That's a great move.
Were you the
dude.
same as
You
Jake?
pull
Were you
that
like
out.
you weren't that tall until like you weren't insanely tall until you reached like high school?
Yeah. I wasn't tall till I turned 17.
You gotta talk closer into that mic.
I wasn't tall till I
This is
turned
better.
17.
This is the better mic. This is the more personal mic here.
Dude, you're gonna have to dump this, dude. This is terrible.
No, this is great.
This is
Just
good.
talk
Is
about
it
it,
good?
dude. What was it like? I mean, I don't know if you
Being
but if
tall?
you do 20% in the game and 80% on me, it might be great. This podcast could be great.
Yeah.
Like you're so intent on the game. Who fucking cares about the chess game, dude? Just come hang out with me. Hang out with the guys for a second, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, you're right, dude. You're right.
I just wanna know, what
forgot
was it
that
like
it was
in your
all about you.
No, it's about you, dude. No one cares about me. I've told my story. Everyone knows what's up with me, dude. I'm here to talk about and highlight my
I haven't
friends,
heard your
dude.
story. I haven't heard your story.
It's
Give
simple.
me just a quick rundown.
Okay, I want you. Here's the summation of my story. You ready? Two
Yeah.
mice fall into a bucket of cream.
Mm-hmm.
The first mouse he quickly gives up and he drowns.
Yeah.
But the
Classic.
second mouse he struggles so hard
Mm.
that eventually he churns that cream into butter and he
Mm.
walks on out. I'm proud to say that I am that second mouse, and that
This
is more or less a summation of my story personally.
It's so beautiful.
It is a beautiful story.
That is so beautiful.
But we're here to highlight you guys, you know, and a little bit about your lives. And so Jake was kind enough to be vulnerable with us and tell us about his growth spurt in life, which, by
Yeah.
the way, Jake, when did you hit, like you said, 6'3" freshman year? Can you, like, bring us up to what the progression was like in terms of height up until 7 feet?
Yeah, I don't know have an exact thing, but I just remember I was like 6'3" and I thought I was done, and I like sprained my ankle, and I was like, oh dang. Gotta go get x-rays. I go to get x-rays and they're like, you know your growth plate like hasn't even like moved yet? And I was not expecting that at all, because it meant like I hadn't even like hit that like puberty growth spurt. Like I still had a long way to go, which is kind of like a big like, oh dang, we're about to.
How tall are your parents?
My mom's like 5'11", my
Mhm.
dad's like 6'3".
That's
so-
kind of the same for me. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
But I ate my veggies, and I'll stick to that.
Did you?
Did you, though? 'Cause
Yeah.
you do not strike me as someone who ate the veggies. Am I right on that?
He does to me, yeah.
Because I'm
Really?
It's kind of pale.
You strike.
No.
He does strike somebody that's ate a lot of candy, though.
A lot of
Like,
candy.
I feel like you ate a lot of candy, and that might be the secret too.
It's
You
a
know who
good
else eats
balance.
candy? David Smith, and he's the oldest player on our team. He's basically a robot,
Yeah.
and he eats only candy. He'll come to our team meals and he'll just pull out a bag of candy. At the buffet, they got special buffets for him. It's just dipping peach rings and Twizzlers, and he's just eating candy. Wait a second.
But Jake, I want to be clear. You do or do
I
not
didn't
eat
see
candy?
that.
Because I said that also knowing that I know you eat candy. Can you put that on camera? You do eat candy
I do eat a significant amount of candy.
And Pop Tarts.
and Pop Tart.
I do eat my vegetables. It's a balancing act.
Yeah, I mean, no one's claiming that you have
What's
never
the
eaten a
ratio?
vegetable,
What would you
but-
say your ratio of veggies to Pop Tarts is?
Well, I mean, if we're getting all nutritional here, I mean, it takes a lot of calories for me to like be, 6'11" and 245
That is true. That is
pounds.
true. That
Like,
is true. That is true.
I used to be really skinny, like an opposing gym like chanted noodle at me as I was serving.
You like Thai food, right?
Yeah, we had Thai food.
We had Thai food once.
But yeah,
After after a long training and weight session,
yeah.
how many entrees you ordering at a Thai restaurant?
I mean, I'd probably just do one and then like eat like a
What?
whole thing of fried rice. Just
Yeah, fried rice
like-
is an entree
like
though.
a group serving.
So I'm gonna
yeah.
say 2. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say you're 2 to 3. I'm a 2 to 3 guy.
Generally,
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, and I'll keep the mic here.
Okay. Generally speaking, are you like most restaurants you go to? You're double entree.
Double entendre.
No, not. I mean, I don't really like. I can eat a lot. I usually don't, like, just naturally. But like when I went to college, like I wanted to put on weight and be like a bigger guy. So then I was eating like 5 meals a day. But sometimes it's hard. So I just fill it with candy and ice cream instead, like
Were
for the last 2, you know.
Yeah, were you like tall? Were you like always like really tall and skinny? Because I mean, Max, you like that too, like really tall and thin.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever have like? Because you look like you have the potential build to be like a tight end or like really. Because I mean, how much do you weigh right now? Probably like 2. Let me guess. Let's guess his weight, dude. Let's guess his weight. Okay, take a good look at him. Do you mind standing up?
I'd
for a
say
second, Jake?
237. 237 pounds.
Sit back down. Sit back down.
Kilos. We're talking. What is that? Like 115? Are you 115 guy?
Wait, no,
Kilos?
don't answer yet. Don't answer yet. I'm gonna go with 242.
What did I say? 237.
I think you were low with pounds and you were high with kilos somehow. But
Okay.
I think I'm like 113 kilos and I'm like
Yeah, that's what I-
245.
245. I was 3 pounds away.
Yeah, like
You should have been a quarterback.
Do you ever go to the carnival where they have the weight guessing thing, and if the guy guesses, here, I'll trade you back. You ever go to the carnival and they have that like weight guessing thing, you know?
Yes,
And if you
yes,
guess within a
yes.
couple pounds, you get a prize.
No.
Right? Isn't that the thing?
It's somebody guesses your weight. Right?
I thought there was
No,
you
you're
are
right,
right.
you're
That's
right,
in
you're
a
right,
Curb Your
you're right,
Enthusiasm
you're right.
episode
Yeah,
too. I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
and he
Dude.
would
That's a
always
good episode.
guess because he was trying to fly the private jet.
No, but I think there was something like if you guess something right, you get one of those animals, right? The stuffed animals.
It's checkmate.
no, it's not.
It's checkmate.
You got C1.
Oh, duh.
You don't have to. You can resign if you want.
Wait, by the way, with some of this chest, what's the point of the numbers and the like? Why did they add that on there? There's like on the side.
These
there's
aren't on
numbers
every
the bottom.
chessboard, but these are the different positions.
It's just
so
helpful for learning moves. Like when people say A7 to
yeah, but
G.
say you want to like stat a game. How else would you do it? Like each square has to have a number and a letter. Like you have to.
You bring up a great point.
Yeah, I do, and
Analytics.
Thank you. Yeah, it's analytics.
On
It's all
Team
about
USA,
analyzing.
we are crazy like so much analytics.
Yeah.
Do you feel like in general, like there's such thing as too much analytics versus like not enough? Like, is it
Too much
nice to have,
analytics.
because you see some of the older guys, like Javier is a great example, a little bit more old school, maybe less analytics necessary. And then, some of the like, let's call it new school. There's just so much analytics trying to like grind it down to like all these nooks and crannies. Do you feel like in general, it's nice like as a middle, at least, like, do you like having analytics? Are you kind of like it's too much information? Like what's really necessary for you? You like, what do you think about that?
I think that I lost this game of chess, first of all. And I'll need to analyze that.
Yeah, well,
later
that's
in the
why
day.
this is where analytics could be useful,
Yeah, it could be useful. No, it's always a balancing act, right? And I think everybody's different. Some players are different. I'm in the more give me the information in the simplest form possible and I'll see if I can use it, and if I can't, then I don't want to even waste my energy on that type thing, I think.
Like before a game, what do you really want to know? Like basic hitter tendencies, probably, for sure.
Basic hitter
Basics.
tendencies. I don't like to know unless there's some overwhelming rotation or whatever. I do know. Well, I think we all know that going in anyways, but I think as the game goes on, I want to know more and more. Like I go back to Ferbs and I'm like, hey, is anything different? Are they doing anything crazy right now? I want to know that stuff. Like, because every
In the
team's
game.
different, but every setter's different on how they play me. It's going to be different on how they play, against
Right.
Serbia or whatever. So I don't get too caught in like, hey, setters, unless there's like super big tendencies, like, hey, when the setter's pushed him forward, he said short way or whatever like that. Like that stuff's very useful to me.
Right.
And simple to grasp. But all this stuff that we dive deep into, it's not for me, to be honest. It's not for me.
It's too much.
I don't think it's for anybody. I think it's good that we do it to understand. You got to give Nate stuff to do, right?
I mean, dude, I just feel like, yeah, I feel similarly where there reaches a point where it's just too much. It's too much information. Like, how do you feel? I mean, Jake, you're not like, obviously your role is so much different, but like, how do you feel with like the balance of knowing too much and knowing too little, and like, where do you find yourself in that space?
I think there's a lot of like valuable information that can be like learned from a lot of that stuff. Like I've like taken a couple of statistics classes in college, so some of that stuff I find like super interesting. But in terms of like volleyball, it's so quick a lot of the time. There's no point in really like having 15 different options of this and that. Like, plus I feel like a lot of times, like when you're at this high of a level, like they know what they know, so then like they see that you're reacting to that, and then they're gonna change based on everything. So then it's just kind of like a back and forth of adjustments, not really like, going back on the data, because a lot of the stuff like that we use for those analytics is like, a year or two old, and it's, with different setters with different hitters, like, so it's kind of doesn't always really bear out when in the matches. So
like when you're overseas, I feel like overseas is the best example, because like when you're overseas, how do you handle, like here there's tons of open, I feel like on the national team we have tons of data and analytics, but like when you're overseas and it's more so just kind of you, probably most likely a coach that's not like, what do you like when you're playing teams in China, when you're playing teams in Italy, what are like the really just basic stuff you want to know? Hitter tendencies, where the direction, setter, like really basic setter tendencies, anything else that you're just like is really useful for you? Or are you just kind of like, I just want to know the basics, and then you just rely on your years of experience to read and understand the flow of a game? Actually, let me ask you: Do you ever feel like, for some games, for whatever reason, you just have no flow of what's going on, versus other games where you're just like, I don't need to be talked to at all. I got this, because you're just reading the game at such a high
Yeah, I
level.
think those games over. By the way, what am I doing? I think that's when I get in the most trouble, is when I'm trying to mesh the two worlds. It's like you don't want to second guess yourself. What I've learned as a middle, especially, is when you have that gut feeling, like just go with it, even if you're wrong. Like, because there's so many times where you're like, oh, I should have jumped there. Like, because that's your gut. You should always trust that. And when I overanalyze, I'm like, oh wait, no, this is what he does in this certain situation. No, I think you study the game as best as you can, but then once you're in the game, you kind of like leave a good amount of that behind and rely on your training and trust your training and trust yourself, and then retain what's just the simplest versions of that. Like, okay, yeah, I know the basics. Now I'm just going to trust myself, trust my teammates, go in there.
You talked about gut feeling.
Yeah.
What exactly is the gut feeling?
You know what I'm talking about, dude. Everybody knows what we're talking about. Those
What is it, dude?
Those instincts, baby. I concede, by the way. This game's over. Fuck this game.
Wow, conceding has happened. A handshake even.
A handshake has been proposed.
Wow.
No, Jake's really good. But honestly, these games don't even count. These games don't matter. Who cares about these games? It's all about this podcast, baby.
That's right, dude. Well, 20%.
Can you grab that little box?
2080 is kind of
Let's wrap it up. Or we can keep it here. How much longer we got here, Tay? Till we get our paycheck?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do appreciate you guys kind of sacrificing a little bit of the game just to hang
No,
out
honestly, and it's been fun. It's been really fun.
Can I be honest, dude? Like this, too casual, too hard to balance, doing podcast and playing chess. Is this kind of nice? Like if I kept this open format and guys could just come down and kind of hang out.
I like it. I like
Yeah,
it. I like it. You get more guys in the mix. Maybe you'll get a whole new following with chess fans, and they'll just
I'm
shit
honestly
talk
not
on
looking
our
for a
play.
big following. Like, yeah, hopefully we go dummy viral, but like I'm not looking for like a huge.
It would be
following,
cool
really.
if you had a camera simultaneously of just us playing
It would
too.
be sick. If I
Wouldn't
had
that be
like
cool?
an overhanging, I could have probably done one under this umbrella.
Just you do a chess episode. That'd be fun.
That would be cool. Or like if I live streamed it on Twitch or something.
Yeah, talk about a niche market. Niche. Talk about a niche market. I
Niche.
forgot the word. Niche.
Yeah.
Like quiche.
Niche. It should be niche. Quiche.
Nietzsche was
No, I
a
guess it's not. I take
author,
it back.
with a philosopher. No.
I take it back. Also, they're just randomly, your hair. You're dyeing it. You're not dyeing it. You're very unclear
I'm
with.
dyeing it weekly.
Okay. You dye it or you don't dye it.
Remember
dude.
when I said, hey, some things should be left a mystery?
Do you believe that? When you said that you believe that, you believe that there's something nice about having a little mystery to you in general?
To everything, man. What do you want to put your whole life out there? I think you should have a camera on you at all times.
I mean,
It's
what
not
That's
healthy.
what real world is.
That's
dude.
how I feel, though.
Right.
I should have taken your night.
But when you say it's not healthy,
When you
what do
moved
mean
here,
it's
I
not
don't know why I
healthy,
didn't
dude?
take your night. Say that one more time.
Do you actually feel like that in general, that you don't like to give away too much information? Because you don't. You revert to joking around and like not wanting to like have the serious conversation all the time. Do you feel like a part of that is like some things are better left for yourself? Because honestly, I've talked about this with my therapist a little bit. I'm trying to work on maybe keeping some things for myself
Yeah, you should.
instead of feeling like I have to share every experience. I had Matteo Piano on here, a guy you know very well. I had him on the podcast, and I remember him telling me after the Olympics in 2016, he like was getting asked by reporters to do these interviews, and he didn't want to do anything because he felt like maybe they were just going to kind of twist the narrative into getting what they wanted to hear out of it. And he was like, that experience was for me and just for me, and I'm okay with just having my feelings about it. And he took like 6 months off before contacting any of these people to do like, you know, interviews about it. And I thought that was so interesting because I have always lived under this pretense of like, the more honest I can be with my life, just the easier it is for me to live. But now I'm thinking maybe there's something to like not feeling like you need to share every bit of information. I don't know. Do you feel that way? You feel like there's something to like...
Well, it's not about that. It's about sharing with the public. Like, no offense to your fans, but do they really know the true Taylor?
They probably have the closest version to knowing.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Then
Yeah.
What? As compared to what?
Yeah, and but you're okay. See, you're okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Like some people
With
are just
people
not okay
knowing
with
who
it.
you
Yeah.
are.
Well, I think it's personal. I think for some people, some things are more personal than other people. Like I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And
I
I
guess-
don't have if I had a podcast, it'd probably be different. People would probably get to know me a little bit better. But I don't have a podcast. I think you kind of have to do that.
Yeah. I guess
You're
maybe
forced into that
that's
situation.
maybe.
Is where you feel like you have to throw it out.
No, I don't know. I definitely hear what you're saying, but I also feel like this is like a part of the problem, right? Is people only see certain things on social media, and then they create this image of who a person is, and then maybe they
Yeah.
idolize them, but they don't know that person also struggles with daily shit and gets anxiety and can
Oh,
feel
yeah, that's
depressed, and
good.
like
That's
that's why I've been sharing or feel more like, you know, I've again talked with my therapist about like maybe not sharing certain things, and I just said I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna share the most honest version of me because I think also it's good for other people. I think it forces me to face my fear, right? In some way, it's like if you can talk about the things that are really beating you up inside and you put them out there and you get this response from like
Yeah,
strangers, whoever,
that is
people
true.
that can
That's
relate
beautiful.
to you. It's like you create this hopefully beautiful community. And I think honestly there's not enough people doing it. That's the problem that I see, dude.
I think there's too many.
But
people
I'm
doing
trying
it.
to learn to respect people who don't feel like they want to share those types of things, you know?
Yeah, like
Because there's probably
forcing them
something
to
there
do
that
it,
I don't
yeah.
know. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to do my best to force everyone. You know?
Yeah, and you
But
have
dude, it's
to.
a problem with
Yeah,
that.
because it's all about that content, baby.
And you know what, dude? I'm not going to say name. I'm not going to name names. I had people on the podcast before
Yeah.
that I felt like I brought out hopefully like a more like true version of them. But dude, there was certain people I was expecting to talk about certain things with, and they
Mm.
just clearly like wanted
Didn't
to
want to.
pretend like that stuff didn't exist. And I was very bummed by it because I was like, man, if you can open up about this stuff, you're going to connect with people on a completely different
Yeah,
level. And I
and you'll
think
get more
it's really
followers.
good. It's not about
And you'll get more sponsors and money. And
yeah,
you
I
got that
mean,
free
yeah, dude.
cruise.
Could you imagine? I get to do this for a living.
This is insane.
It would be great, dude. I totally agree. You know, I'm on your side now. Yes,
I'm
I do
almost
want
ready
more. I
to-
want more followers because I think
I'm almost
the
ready,
message I'm
yeah.
trying to share is hopefully different than just the everyday bullshit. You know, you don't think that? You don't feel that way? You don't think that?
I'm gonna just because I feel like
Huh, bud?
we need to get back here. What? How long have we been doing this? What hour are we on?
Like an hour.
7?
We've been doing this for an hour.
For an
now,
hour?
dude. We do this for an hour. Look, we don't have to do it much longer if you're just.
No,
kinda
I mean
like,
because we gotta eat lunch soon. But let's start to wrap it up
Shoot,
here. Let's start to
12:38.
wrap it up, and then we'll do a more serious one. This is probably getting junked anyway.
Yeah.
You're not putting this out there, are you?
nah, I'm gonna dump
It's
it.
absolute garbage.
I'm gonna dump it.
Back to
Um,
Jake. No, I
you guys wanna
agree.
Go ahead.
With what you're saying. I agree, and it's different for everybody, man. It's different for everybody. I think there are people that live like the freaking super influencers that are literally like just Instagram living every second of their life.
Right. That's
it's
annoying.
crazy.
That's annoying.
It's crazy because I don't know if they're even being like real because they know the camera's on. Like, are you being real? Like,
Right.
yeah.
But I think that's
This I
why.
think is good that you're sharing. Sorry to cut you off again.
No,
but
dude.
I think it's good that you feel great and you almost use this as a form of therapy in itself. It's like trying to reach people, and you're right. It probably does help a lot of people. I think it's good. And at the end of the day, if you get free, a free cruise or some free whitening strips or some shit, like good
Yeah,
for
dude.
you, buddy.
And that's why we'd like to thank today's sponsor,
Crest.
Cruise America.
Cruise
Yeah,
America.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
No, dude.
Do you have sponsors?
No, dude. I don't even have sponsors yet.
Yeah, you're not a real thing until you get sponsors.
That's what I'm saying.
We did this podcast. He doesn't have
I
sponsors.
don't have sponsors. You're not getting paid, either of you, right? Don't you want that?
Do you get paid? You don't get paid. Do you get money?
Nothing. I'm doing this
Yeah.
all out of just pure love. Go ahead. Yes, I mean, Hell yeah, dude. No, do you know how much work it is to like have to do all this all by yourself, all on your own? Hold it for me. Hold it for me. Hold it for me. Hold it for me here. No, dude. It is a lot of work, and I enjoy it. You know, I really do. Do you think you want to make music when you're done playing? Honestly.
Do I want to? I would love to. That's like the dream. Yeah, I would love to. Oops. I think I just pressed the button. Is this still on?
Click it up. Yeah, you're chilling. What does that mean? You want to be a music producer? You want to be a music producer, or you want to be a songwriter, dude? You don't really know.
Yeah, no. It'd be great if it's obviously really hard. A very small portion of people actually succeed in doing it, but I definitely want to spend some time giving it a shot. Yeah.
Were you like that since you were a kid? You just loved
music,
sports and music equally almost. They always ran together.
I loved music more, I would say, as a kid, and then once I got tall, the opportunities that presented themselves for volleyball kind of just outweighed and kind of took over my life. And then fast forward 17 years later, here I am, and it's like, well, I got to do the next chapter, so it's back to music. Yeah, I've come from a very musical family. Like my mom was her side.
Banjo, right? What'd she do?
She was a banjo salesperson.
She invented the banjo.
She invented the banjo.
I didn't know that you had music in your family like that.
Yeah, my blood.
Really? Your mom plays?
The whole mom's side is musical. They sing, play instruments, do stuff. Yeah, my mom was in the choir, church choir for all of my childhood.
Whoa, did you do church choir?
I didn't. No, I never did
church
it.
Choir? Were you not religious, huh?
Just assuming. Oh yeah. I got this.
You guys mind? Yeah, take over.
Talk about.
Well, let's keep going with the music first.
Talk about your journey with Christ.
Go
ahead.
I mean, after my parents got divorced, they were both going to hell, so we just stopped going.
Yeah, and that is a fact. That is a fact. If you get divorced, you go on it.
So they just stopped. They kind of damn. We gave up from there. So that was about it for me.
Jake, did you have any like, you know, Max, you were doing music and music was kind of in your family. Did you have anything like other than volleyball or sports maybe that you've just loved since you were a kid?
I've kind of just like played sports a lot with my friends. We played video games. I got into like rock climbing and like kayaking,
Ooh.
but I kind of don't really do that anymore just because I don't want to get hurt. So
Kayaking?
I don't
Oh,
really-
like
I don't-
extreme kayaking?
well,
Like,
I mean, like
whitewater
down a river,
kayaking?
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
but I don't really fit in a kayak anymore.
That reminds me
so.
of Bird Box. Have you ever seen Bird Box? You got a rash here, dude. What is that? Show it to the people. Yeah, you want to show them everything. Show the people.
Dude, you're
That's
right.
not
That's
good.
not cute, dude.
That's not good.
Have you ever been whitewater rafting? I've always wanted to go
Never.
whitewater rafting. Have
Never.
you been? Like down like in Colorado, down like a whitewater rafting?
No.
We could all
Yeah,
make it in
I've
probably.
never been either. I've
Never?
never been. I have people that have done it. It looks real. It looks like a lot of fun, but it's dangerous. It looks scary.
It looks terrifying.
Looks
I had a
scary.
chance to go in Colorado and didn't go because they said it was like on the border of like we'll let people go or like we have to close it down. And I
Yeah.
was like, no fucking way. I'm
No
not
fucking
going.
way. But I feel like you'd thrive in that situation.
I would love it. Probably love it. Yeah.
You'd love it. You'd
But this is the
thrive.
problem. Like you said, you're not rock climbing or doing that as much. Like I don't know about you, but
'Cause of
like,
you're scared.
a
'cause of
little bit, dude,
volleyball.
a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
because your body's your investment.
but not really. I mean, I've been snowboarding and I love surfing and stuff, but you know, to some extent, like I would skateboard way more often because I
Yeah.
really love skating, but like I feel like it's just not worth it.
I've avoided all of this. I've never been skiing. I've never been snowboarding. I've avoided all of that because I'm scared.
In your
that-
life, you've never been,
I'm just scared that I'll break my leg and I'll be done with volleyball.
but you've never been skiing or snowboarding in your life.
In my life, water skiing
Slalom, single or two skis,
too.
wakeboarding.
No, just skiing.
But you're not like a board sport kind of guy, huh?
No, I mean I grew up in Cincinnati.
What do you do in Cincinnati as a kid?
Not board sports.
What like what? What did you do as a kid?
What did you do as a kid? You go outside. You know, you get into
Yeah,
trouble.
super great interview here with Max here. What did you do as a kid? Go outside.
What did I do as a kid? Hey Taylor, be more specific with the questions.
What did you do as
What
dude?
did
If you
do
ask
as
me
a
right now,
kid?
what did I do as a kid? I give you 1,000 different answers, dude.
Give me 1,000 different answers. What did you do as a kid?
I would throw water balloons at
Yeah,
people, cars,
same,
like
same,
when I was a little
Same.
rascal,
Yep.
for sure.
I love doing that.
Ding dong ditching. I would I had little ramps. We would scooter skate. I would play banjo kazooie.
Yeah.
You know, I had all the kind of neighborhood kids. We would do giant hide and seek, dude. There's so many things. Me and my brother, there was these other two end of the street neighbors, these two
Mm.
Mexican kids, Abraham and Pablo. They were close friends. I went to kindergarten with them forever. We would wrestle at our
Abraham
neighbor's
and
grass,
Pablo.
dude. There's so many things that I did that I remember in my childhood, dude.
Yeah,
What
this
did you
all
do in
feels
yours?
Made up. This all feels made
It's
up.
not, dude.
That
That's
feels
real. It's
made
as real
up.
as it gets,
That
dude.
feels made
Abraham
up.
Solario. Look him up.
Yeah. I mean, we played. Yeah, I played video games too. You play a lot of video games. I had 2 brothers, so you know.
But you guys have a
We'd
pretty
get in
big
fights
age,
and shit.
big age gap, right?
Age gaps.
What was your age gap?
Well, Nick and I, as my older brother's, only a year and a half. So we get into trouble. We get into fights all the time, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'd be up to no good. Sam is almost 7 years younger than me, but I was definitely closer with him growing up, which was weird.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
But I get that. Like, did you not like your brother growing up, or did you have like a good relationship most of your childhood? Because I hated my brother.
No,
growing
me
up.
and my older brother fought all the time, and I think he hated me, and I don't know. It was weird. I think you get to a certain age where you hang out, and then it's not cool to hang out with your brother, and you kind of resent your older brother for that.
Interesting.
I resented him, and then talking to Sam, he kind of resented me too,
Interesting.
which was eye-opening for me.
Like in the some way that they were growing up faster than you.
Yeah, maturing faster, and then
Yeah.
then it's just not cool with your friend group to hang out with your little brother. You get to a certain age, it's like, nah, dude.
Yeah. Which is probably not the case anymore. Now it's probably like, do you guys?
Now it's dude.
Hang
I
out
love
and-
to. I mean, we don't spend a ton of time with each other because of this life.
Yeah.
but
And he doesn't. Sam obviously plays volleyball, but your older brother doesn't.
does not. No.
What's he do?
He works for a car company called Dan Bilstein. They work
Whoa.
on shock absorbers
Whoa.
for a lot of German cars. Like they do the shocks for the Tesla, some of the Teslas. But he travels a lot because of it. Yeah, it's pretty lucrative if you need shocks.
Dan Bilzerian was it called?
Dan Bilzerian shocks. Bill Stein.
Bill Stein.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
I
I
think
don't.
this
I realize.
podcast has run its course.
Yeah, we can stop soon. Jake, I
I'm
definitely.
just hungry, dude. Honestly, I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
no, we'll
People
we'll
should
wrap
know
it up
that. And
here.
I don't want your fans to be like, "Oh, Max, I wish he was a better sport." Or
We'll
sport.
get it.
But this was
We'll get you on again.
this
but
was
we'll
a
get-
sneak
we're gonna get
attack.
both of you on again.
this was a sneak attack. This was a sneak attack, and it
sneak
was
attack.
not fair. And we stayed here for 2.5 hours.
Well, no, 1 hour and 13 minutes. Maybe a
Still,
little more
though.
or less. Kind of.
Still though,
It's got to be quality on my end, though.
yeah,
You know.
that's no fucking deal.
Wait, really quickly, Jake. I do want to know from you, brothers, sisters.
I have one brother. Yeah.
One brother. Did you feel like you guys, like you got along with him, or you?
I mean, at times it was like
Older?
good and bad. Yeah.
How many? How old?
I think he's like
3 years
2.5,
older?
3. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys fight a lot and all. You seem like someone to me that would just submit people as a kid. You know what I mean? No,
I
you don't feel
was-
that way.
I
I
was-
feel that way. Are you kidding me? Jake's got huge hands, dude.
I was a lot smaller as a kid. Like I was pretty late bloomer. But
okay.
I mean, I got a little fiery side. I'm sure people are aware of.
I mean,
so.
dude, we will for a sec. We will for a second because you do seem like really coy and like nice and like such a sweet guy for being so big.
Yeah.
But then I also want to know, because I've heard stories about you in college that you can just pop off. Do you have like an angry man inside of you?
I think some of it, like, I mean, I'm not trying to like. This is going way back. Like I've been through some stuff that I'm kind of working through, whatever. But they kind of my way of dealing with it. A lot of times when I was younger was just like going outside and like throwing a ball at a wall. You know, just like taking that aggression out. And then as I got older, you know, I'd kind of just put a lot of that into sports, is like how to get rid of that like aggression. But as more and more it became like my job, it wasn't really healthy to use that. Like you know, you don't bring all of that like negative energy to work every day. It was kind of just like a bad cycle.
Do you have road rage?
Yeah, do you get road rage?
Yeah, probably. I don't really fit in cars, so that starts with
That's
got
to be tough. Yeah. What's the best, both of you guys, what's the best car you've ever been in terms of like allowed size for you, for such a tall guy? Any car that you remember where you're like, this is the leg room we want? No, keep it.
Yeah, my uncle had one of those. You know, those old school like American like cat. I don't know if it was a Cadillac. It was one of those old cars with like the bench seats.
Really? I feel like that was
I love that. But I was a little kid. I was like 4.
That's pretty good. You out of here?
Well, I'll wait for it to be over. We gotta thank the sponsors and stuff.
We do have to thank the sponsors. Well, listen, I just want to wrap. No, I want to finish. I want to finish on this because I think it is really interesting that you have like a more aggressive side to you and like learning how to manage that. Have you? I I want you to feel as comfortable as possible to talk about whatever you don't want to talk about. You don't need to, but I am interested in that because I also have, I think probably a lot of us have a little bit of that in us. But what's your experience like with that? And then how have you found anything that's helped you manage kind of that more aggressive side to you?
I mean, I started like meditating, and I do like yoga and like Tai Chi and like just different stuff that I feel like kind of is like calming. Like, I mean, this is just like something I found like helpful to describe it, but like before matches, like I can do my like, focused breathing or whatever, and I can get my heart rate down to like 40 like beats per minute just on that breathing, which obviously it goes up once I start doing like activity and stuff. But I think just being able to like separate myself from a lot of that energy and like whether it's like anger or this or that or whatever I'm feeling, being able to like separate myself and just understand that like I can be myself and do what I want to do, and that's just kind of like a natural reaction. It's not like I don't need to do anything with it, it's just there. Kind of like if I need to tap into it, like if I need to be more aggressive from like the service line or something, I can like use it. But I feel like before it kind of like felt like it was in control, but I think kind of being able to breathe through it and do different stuff to kind of understand where it is and how it's separate from me and my thoughts.
So
like
you've come a long way, you feel like.
Yeah,
because I heard stories about you back in college about like getting red cards.
I think a lot of that stuff.
And by the way, it blew my mind. Like even the little bit I knew about you, it was like, there's no way. I've never seen Jake does not like strike me as the person to like yell at someone for no reason or get mad at someone. Like I just didn't see it coming. So
what's not how I am like most of the time. Like if I'm just like even like a lot of people when I first meet them, they're like I was getting recruited to Ohio State, and the coach like told them like, watch out, this guy's a hothead, like he might come in and like do some crazy stuff. And they're like afterwards they're like, what, that guy's like the calmest person on the planet, like we couldn't get him to say a word. So it's like I'm not like, I think like being in that like sport environment, like I said, is like kind of how I released a lot of that. So I think a lot of people see that and like think that's how I am, but that was my like method of letting a lot of that go. But now that I've kind of found like a healthier way to deal with a lot of that stuff, through meditation, therapy, like all this stuff, like I think it's because a lot of people only know me from sports, so then they only see me in my kind of messed up like therapy session of like letting it go.
You need the microphone, dude.
You get that one.
So Jake, I mean, the question.
I'll answer this for him.
No, the question I'd really like to know then is, who is Jake outside of volleyball? Because there's Jake the volleyball player, but then like who are you outside of volleyball? I
mean, I feel like I'm a pretty inquisitive guy. I like playing like chess with the homies and hanging out. And I mean, I play a lot of video games with my friends. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I've gone through my entire self-discovery journey at 25.
What are you passionate about?
I mean, I like going traveling, seeing the world, and like seeing different perspectives. I like getting like I like going to like art museums and stuff. I don't know, like I can give you a bunch of lists of stuff.
How good would a travel channel with Jake be? That'd be so good, right?
Yeah,
I think of like a little
yeah
off the tallest podcast, because you got a taller guy that could be part of the tallest. You could have a whole branding tallest guy, tallest travels with Jake.
This is the first time I've had two giant men on the podcast, on the tallest podcast. And it's so funny. People always say, "Oh, tallest podcast," but you're not even the tallest guy. And I'm like,
yeah.
What's the name of the podcast?
Yeah.
When you think about it for a second, and then it's
Yeah.
It's just a joke, dude. It's just a joke because how could you? You know what I mean?
How could you?
How could you have the tallest podcast? It's just a joke, dude.
I never thought about it.
You know what? So I have a question. I have the same question for you. Who is Max Holt?
And I'll answer that in the next episode, because we got to wrap it. We got to go.
We do need to wrap it up. I do want to do, by the way, episodes with probably both of you on your own. I appreciate you guys
everybody.
doing this. I think this is great. It's also really good for me, by the way, just to feel that I can do this comfortably. Honest truth right now. How was this experience? Was it like, is it pretty chill? Is it kind of hard to do?
Live?
Yeah, we're still live. I just want to know.
Oh, it was great.
You don't like it, honestly? Wait, really quickly, would both of you be down for more of like, if we just spent an hour outside here and we did it like this, you'd be down to actually just sit and talk, or no?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I was kind of trying to play chess, but I didn't think this was bad. at all, but I
No,
wasn't
this
really
was
ready.
great.
But I think
the
we
format's
did a good
honest.
job.
I think it's.
I feel bad now. I just feel bad actually.
Yeah, and you
No, because I
should.
don't
You
care about
should.
either of your opinions on whether you think it's
Yeah.
good or bad. I'm
And
gonna post it anyway.
That's the crazy thing.
And guess
is-
what, dude? I don't need your consent. I have all the recording. I have it. You know what I mean?
You
And I
are
don't care if
a
you're consenting or not.
sociopath.
I don't care if you're
Control-Alt-Delete.
consenting. No, I love you guys. Thank
You're
you.
a
We do have to go to eat.
sociopath.
We have to
You're
go
a
eat.
you're a
Thank you for
sociopath.
both
You're-
being here, dude, and sharing
you're
a
a
little bit
psycho.
about being a little vulnerable with your boy and all the people listening, all the people in the world, all of my earthlings.
Tallest podcast. Tallest. Do you have a theme song?
Yeah. And then he goes like this. He goes, "How's the weather up there? How's the weather up
You
there?"
actually?
And then at the end he goes, "It's up here now, you know." Yeah, dude, it's hilarious. My brother made it, dude. Thank you, Grant Averill, for making that. All right, love you guys. Peace.